This is the story of a girl who lived in a small village, where every morning the sun rose from behind the mountains, and every evening the same peaks swallowed it whole. Her name was Saba. Her eyes were as deep as the ocean, but a storm churned in her heart that no one could see. Each day, she walked to the fields behind her house, where golden wheat swayed in the breeze and birds sang songs of freedom. Saba's father was a humble farmer, his life bound to the earth. Her mother kept the home. Her younger siblings filled it with laughter, but dreams were rare. Saba loved to read. She was the only girl in school who spent hours in the library, lost in faded books. Teachers said, "Saba, you'll go to the city. You'll become someone great." But the villagers laughed. What do girls do with studies? They get married, that's all. One day, Saba made a decision. She would go to the city. Lahore. Where the lights never dim. Where dreams don't come cheap. She told her mother, "Emmy, I want to study. I want to become a doctor." Her mother wiped away tears and said, "My child, where will the money come from?" Saba replied, "I'll earn it myself." She began tutoring at the village school, English, math, for the little ones. 200 rupees a month. She saved every coin. It took 2 years. Finally, one morning, she boarded a bus with a small bag on her shoulder. Dreams in her eyes, fear in her heart. Lahore swallowed her whole. Noise. Smoke. People. No one knew her name. She found a tiny hostel where girls carried their own stories. She gained admission to medical college. A scholarship helped, but expenses were endless. She worked nights at a cafe, studied by day. Sleep became her enemy. One day, her professor said, "Saba, there's something in you. But the competition here is brutal." Saba nodded. She knew. Every night, she studied in her room while other girls partied. Her heart whispered, "Saba, if you endure, you'll succeed." The first year passed. The second began. The third arrived like a storm. By her third year, Saba had changed. Her hands trembled less when holding a scalpel in the anatomy lab. Her voice no longer cracked when presenting cases. But the weight of survival grew heavier. The hostel fee increased. The cafe cut her shifts. Her scholarship barely covered tuition. She started skipping meals. Her cheeks hollowed. Her eyes, once bright, now carried shadows. One winter night, she sat on the hostel roof, staring at the city lights. A senior, Aisha, found her there. "You look like you're carrying the world," Aisha said. Saba smiled weakly. "Just my part of it." Aisha was from a rich family. Studying medicine for status, not passion. Yet she saw something in Saba, hunger, not for food, but for a future. Aisha offered help. "My father knows a doctor at a private clinic. They need a night assistant. Good pay. You'd shadow surgeries too." Saba hesitated. Private clinics meant ethical gray areas, bribes, fake reports, VIP patients jumping queues. But hunger doesn't ask questions. She took the job. The clinic was a different world. Marble floors. AC, patients who paid in cash. The head doctor, Dr. Rahman, was sharp, charming, and ruthless. He noticed Saba's quick hands and sharper mind. "You're wasted on charity cases," he told her. "Learn here. Earn here. The real world doesn't run on ideals." Saba learned. She assisted in late-night C-sections, stitched wounds in the ER, even held a retractor during a heart bypass. The pay was triple the cafe. She sent money home. Her mother cried over the phone. "Beta, don't kill yourself for us." But Saba had stopped listening to warnings. Then came the night that broke something inside her. A boy, barely 10, was brought in after a road accident. Crushed leg. Internal bleeding. His father, a laborer, begged on his knees. "Save my son. I'll pay anything." Dr. Rahman glanced at the chart, then at the father's torn clothes. "We're full. Take him to the government hospital." The boy died in the ambulance. Saba stood frozen, blood on her gloves, rage in her throat. She confronted Dr. Rahman. "We could have saved him." He laughed. "With what? Charity? This isn't an NGO, Saba. It's a business." That night, she quit. She walked out into the rain, tears mixing with water, her white coat soaked. She didn't know where to go. She only knew she couldn't sell her soul. Back at the hostel, Saba collapsed. Fever. Exhaustion. Aisha found her shivering under a thin blanket. "You're burning up." The college clinic diagnosed typhoid. 2 weeks of bed rest. No income. Bills piled up. Her scholarship was revoked, too many absences. The dean's office sent a letter, final warning. Improve attendance or face expulsion. Saba stared at the ceiling. For the first time, she thought of giving up. Going home. Marrying the neighbor's son who'd been asking for years. A simple life. No more fighting. But then she remembered the boy's eyes, wide, trusting, then empty. She remembered her mother's voice. Don't kill yourself for us. No. She wouldn't die here. Not like this. She started small. Tutoring again, but online this time. Medical students preparing for exams. Word spread. Soon, she had 20 students. Then 50. She taught anatomy at midnight, pharmacology at dawn. Her room became a classroom. Her bed, a desk. She charged what they could afford, but never turned anyone away. One student, Bilal, was different. Quiet. Brilliant. From a village like hers. He paid in installments, sometimes with eggs from his farm. You remind me of my sister, he said. She wanted to be a doctor too. But she died. Fever. No hospital nearby. Saba's heart clenched. She taught him for free. Slowly, money came back. She paid her fees. Reinstated her scholarship. But something had shifted. She no longer wanted to just survive. She wanted to change the system. The boy's death haunted her. The clinic's greed disgusted her. She began writing anonymous articles for a medical blog. Why doctors fail the poor. The cost of a life in Lahore. Her words spread. Students shared them. Professors pretended not to notice. Then, the invitation came. A conference in Islamabad. Youth in medicine, breaking barriers. They wanted her to speak. Saba laughed bitterly. I'm nobody. But Bilal pushed her. You're the voice we need. She went. The hall was packed. Doctors in suits. NGOs with banners. Saba stood at the podium in her only good shalwar kameez, hands shaking. She spoke of the boy. Of the clinic. Of villages where children died for lack of a rupee. The room was silent. Then, applause. A woman in the front row stood, Dr. Fatima, head of a rural health NGO. We need you, she said. Come work with us after graduation. Saba's final year began with purpose. She passed her exams with distinction. She published her first paper on emergency care access in Punjab. She trained volunteers in basic first aid, sending them to villages. Bilal became her partner in the project. They called it Saba's Network. Graduation day. Her mother sat in the front row, crying. Her father, in his best clothes, beamed. Saba wore her white coat like armor. Dr. Fatima offered her a job running a mobile clinic in southern Punjab. Low pay, harsh conditions, but real impact. Saba accepted. The mobile clinic was a battered van with a red cross painted on the side. It traveled from village to village, stopping where no hospital existed. Saba became Dr. Saba. Children ran after the van. Mothers brought sick babies. Old men told stories of pain they'd carried for years. The first month was chaos. No electricity. No clean water. Medicines expired in the heat. A girl died of snakebite because antivenom wasn't available. Saba sat in the van that night and cried. Bilal, now her assistant, held her hand. We can't save everyone. But we save who we can. They adapted. Solar panels. Water purifiers. A network of motorbike riders to deliver drugs from the city. Saba trained midwives. Taught hygiene. Vaccinated hundreds. She wrote grants. Begged donations. Slept 3 hours a night. One day, a man arrived on foot. Barely standing. My wife, labor. 3 days. The village was 40 kilometers away, no road. Saba grabbed the emergency kit. Bilal drove. They reached at dusk. The woman was fading. Breech position. Hemorrhaging. Saba worked by lantern light. No anesthesia. No backup. She delivered the baby, a girl. Stopped the bleeding with her bare hands. The mother lived. The village named the child Saba. Word spread. More villages called. The government noticed. A local MNA offered funding, but with strings. Put my name on the van. Photo ops. Votes. Saba refused. This isn't politics. It's lives. He cut the grant. The van broke down. Medicines ran out. Saba went to Lahore. Knocked on doors. Corporations. Doctors. Even Dr. Rahman. He laughed. Still playing hero? But something in her eyes stopped him. He wrote a check. For the boy, he said quietly. The one we lost. The van was repaired. A second one arrived, donated by Aisha's father. Moved by Saba's story. Dr. Fatima expanded the program. Saba's network now had a name, a logo, a mission. They built small clinics in 3 districts. Hired local nurses. Trained community health workers. Children who once died of diarrhea now survived. But success brought enemies. Local quacks lost patients. Landlords feared educated villagers. One night, the van was torched. Saba stood in the ashes, fists clenched. They can burn metal. They can't burn hope. She rebuilt. Stronger. With fireproof storage. Armed guards, no, not guns. Community watch groups. Mothers who once begged for medicine now stood guard. Years passed. Saba's hair began to gray at the temples. Her hands, once soft, now bore scars from stitches and burns. She married Bilal quietly, no grand wedding. Just a simple nikah in a village mosque. They lived in a small house near the main clinic. No children yet. The villages are our children, she said. Then came the flood. Southern Punjab drowned. Rivers burst. Villages vanished. Saba's clinics became islands. She loaded vans with food, medicine, blankets. Worked 72 hours straight. Carried a pregnant woman on her back through waist-deep water. Delivered twins in a tent. The world noticed. CNN came. BBC. A documentary. The doctor who refused to quit. Donations poured in. Saba cried, not from joy, but exhaustion. We're still losing too many, she told the camera. One day, a letter arrived. From the boy's father, the one who died in the ambulance years ago. He enclosed a photo. A small clinic in his village, built with Dr. Rahman's money. Named after his son. You kept your promise, he wrote. You didn't let him die in vain. Saba framed the letter. Hung it in every clinic. She was 35 now. A legend in the villages. Children called her Dr. Auntie. Old women touched her feet. But she still walked the fields at dawn, like she did as a girl. The wheat still swayed. The birds still sang. Only now, the storm in her heart had quieted. Not gone. Just transformed. Into purpose. Saba's network grew into a movement. Medical students from Lahore volunteered during breaks. Engineers built low-cost ventilators. Tech startups created apps for remote diagnosis. The government, embarrassed into action, finally partnered, on Saba's terms. No politics. No names on vans. She trained a new generation. Girls from villages like hers. You don't need permission to save a life, she told them. One, Noor, reminded her of herself. Quiet fire, hungry eyes. Noor became her shadow. Learn to stitch wounds, read x-rays, deliver babies. One day, you'll run this, Saba said. Then, the pandemic hit. COVID-19 reached the villages like a silent thief. No tests. No ventiladores. No PPE. Saba's clinics became battlegrounds. She locked down routes. Trained teams in infection control. Turned schools into isolation wards. But the virus didn't care about courage. Bilal got sick first. High fever. Cough. Saba quarantined him in their home. Worked from the clinic. Slept in the van. Noor brought food. You'll kill yourself, she said. Saba smiled. I already did. Years ago. Bilal recovered. But others didn't. A midwife. A driver. A child with asthma. Saba buried them under mango trees. Wrote their names on stones. We remember, she whispered. The world sent help. Who? UNICEF. Oxygen. Concentrators. Vaccines. Saba. Distributed them fairly, no VIPs, no bribes. A landlord tried to hoard. She exposed him on social media. The village shunned him. His fields went fallow. After the wave, Saba sat by the river. Exhausted. Empty. Noor found her. Dr. Sahiba, come home. Saba shook her head. Home is where the work is. She expanded again. Mental health counselors. Nutrition programs. Schools for girls. Health isn't just medicine, she said. It's dignity. One day, a bus arrived. From her village. Her mother stepped out, older, frail. Behind her, the neighbor's son, now a teacher. And a girl. 16. Eyes like Saba's once were. This is my granddaughter, her mother said. She wants to be a doctor. Saba knelt. Looked into those eyes. Saw the storm. The hunger. The future. Welcome, she said. Class starts tomorrow. The girl smiled. The wheat swayed. The birds sang. The girl's name was Amina. 16. Skinny wrists. Eyes that had seen too much. She arrived with a single plastic bag and a cough that rattled like dry leaves. Saba took one look and knew, tuberculosis. Untreated. Advanced. 3 months ago, the village Hakim gave her syrup, her grandmother said. Now she spits blood. Saba's clinic had no x-ray. No isolation ward. But it had her. She called Noor. Prep the back room. We're admitting. They turned a storage shed into a TB ward. One bed. One window. Amina lay there, burning with fever, whispering, I want to be a teacher. Saba sat with her every night. Read to her from an old copy of To Kill a Mockingbird, the only English book in the clinic. Amina traced the words with her finger. Scout is brave, she said. Like you. Treatment began. Rifampicin. Isoniazid. Injections that made Amina scream. But the cough eased. The fever broke. One morning, she sat up. Dr. Auntie, I dreamed I was flying. Saba smiled. Then we'll get you wings. She enrolled Amina in the clinic school. Noor taught math. Bilal taught science. Amina taught the little ones Urdu poetry. Her voice, once a rasp, became music. But the disease had taken its toll. One lung collapsed. Saba drove her to Lahore, 6 hours on broken roads. A specialist. Surgery. Amina came back with a scar and a promise. I'll pay you back. Saba laughed. Pay the next girl forward. That became the rule. Every survivor paid forward. Amina taught. Noor became a doctor. The cycle turned. Then came the drought. 3 years. No rain. Wells dried. Crops failed. Children swelled with hunger. Saba's clinics filled with kwashiorkor, bellies bloated, hair orange. She rationed the last of the plumpynet. Wrote frantic emails. Emergency. Starvation. The world was busy with wars. Donations trickled. One container of therapeutic food. Expired. Saba stood in the clinic yard and screamed at the sky. You take the rain, you take the children? Bilal found her there, fists bleeding from punching the wall. We plant, he said. Drought-resistant seeds. Drip irrigation. We fight the land too. They did. Dug trenches. Planted sorghum. Built check dams. Women carried water from the river at 3 a.m. Children guarded the fields from goats. The first harvest was small, but it was theirs. Amina danced in the dirt, scar pulling tight. We won, she said. Saba didn't dance. She was already planning. She applied for a fellowship. Harvard. Global Health. 6 months. Bilal said, go. The network runs without you now. She went. Boston was cold. Clean. Lonely. She lectured at grand rounds. Met billionaires who wanted selfies. Wrote papers no one in her village would read. One night, she called home. Amina answered. Dr. Auntie, the van broke again. And, Noor is sick. Saba was on the next flight. Noor had cancer. Cervical. Late stage. I ignored the bleeding, she said. Too busy saving others. Saba held her hand. Now we save you. They tried. Chemo in Lahore. Radiation. Noor lost her hair. Her smile. Her strength. One morning, she whispered, teach Amina to take my place. She died at dawn. Saba closed her eyes. Carried her body to the village graveyard. Buried her under the mango tree where the others lay. The network mourned. Then worked harder. Saba came home changed. No more fellowships. No more cities. She built a cancer screening camp. Trained women to do pap smears with vinegar and a flashlight. Caught cases early. Saved lives. Amina graduated. Top of her class. Government medical college. Full scholarship. She came back in a white coat. Your turn to rest, she told Saba. Saba laughed. Rest is for the dead. She was 48 now. Knees creaked. Back ached. But the fire still burned. Then came the earthquake. 6.8 magnitude. Epicenter 80 kilometers away. Village flattened. Roads gone. Saba's main clinic, cracked walls, roof collapsed. She dug with her hands. Found a child alive under rubble. Carried him out. Then another. And another. For 72 hours, she didn't sleep. Triaged in the dark. Amputated a leg by headlamp. Held a mother as her son died. The army came. Helicopters. Tents. Saba coordinated. No beeps. Treat the poorest first. They listened. Rebuilding began. Stronger structures. Earthquake resistant. Saba trained masons. Women mixed cement. Children carried bricks. 1 year later, the new clinic stood. Solar powered. Rainwater harvesting. A plaque at the entrance, for Noor. For all who taught us to rise. Saba stood at the inauguration. Gray hair in a bun. Hands scarred. Eyes still deep as the ocean. Amina cut the ribbon. This is yours, she said. Saba shook her head. It's theirs. She pointed to the crowd. Farmers. Mothers. Children. That night, she walked to the river. Sat on the same rock where she once cried after the flood. The water flowed. The stars blinked. Bilal joined her. Older now. Glasses thick. Hand in hers. We did it, he said. We're not done, she replied. He smiled. Never. The letter came on a Tuesday. Thick envelope. Government seal. Dr. Saba Khan, you are hereby awarded the Nishani Imtiaz for services to public health. She read it twice. Laughed. Threw it in the drawer. Amina found it. You're going. No. Yes. For the girls. They need to see a village woman on TV. Saba went. Islamabad. Red carpet. Cameras. She wore her old white coat, faded at the cuffs. The president pinned the medal. Flashes popped. Saba looked past him, at the girls in the back row, hijabs, hungry eyes. Her speech was short. This isn't mine. It belongs to the mother who walked 10 kilometers with a bleeding child. To the boy who died because a clinic said no. To Noor, who taught me courage. Use it. Fight. The work isn't done. The hall was silent. Then thunderous applause. She flew home the same day. Fame followed. TV shows. TED Talk. A book deal. She turned them down. Write your own stories, she told Amina. But one invitation she accepted. The UN. New York. Speak on rural health. She went. Stood at the podium in the General Assembly. No notes. I come from a place where a child dies because the road ends. Where a girl is married at 14 because school is too far. Where a mother bleeds out alone. We don't need your pity. We need your partnership. Fund the roads. Train the teachers. Build the clinics. And listen. The solutions are in the villages. Not your boardrooms. The room erupted. Pledges poured in. Back home, the money built 50 new clinics. 200 trained health workers. 10,000 girls in school. Saba watched from the sidelines. Amina ran the show now. One day, a boy arrived. 12 years old. Limping. My leg, he said. It hurts when I walk. Saba examined him. Clubfoot. Untreated. She smiled. We'll fix it. Surgery in Lahore. Braces. Therapy. 6 months later, he ran. His mother cried. Name him after you? Saba shook her head. Name him Hope. Years blurred. Saba turned 60. The network spanned 3 provinces. 500 clinics. 2,000 workers. A university now, Saba Institute of Rural Medicine. She taught 1 class. First-year students. All from villages. Lesson 1, she said. Medicine isn't about the degree. It's about the hand you hold when no one else will. They hung on every word. Bilal died at 62. Heart attack. Quiet. In his sleep. Saba buried him beside Noor. Sat there every evening. Talked to the wind. You were right, she said. We never finished. She kept going. At 65, she handed the reins to Amina. It's yours. Amina cried. You'll stay? As long as I breathe. She moved to a small room behind the first clinic. The one with the Red Cross van, now retired in the yard. Children called her Dottie Doctor. Brought her mangoes. Drew her pictures. One morning, she didn't wake. They found her at her desk. Pen in hand. Half-written letter. To the next girl with a storm in her heart. Don't wait for permission. The world is broken. Fix your corner. The rest will follow. They buried her under the mango tree. Beside Bilal. Noor. The others.